Armin, what is your advice on keeping up with exercise and staying healthy while fake fasting for Ramadan? I live with
Ah,
my family, so I'm going to have to fake fast to keep the peace. Hmm.
interesting, interesting. Um, okay, so I used to overestimate the benefits of fasting. They're not as good as I used to think when actually followed the science and stuff. I thought I was following the science, but then I did a deeper dive into it, and I'm like, okay, nope. Um, but it's not, even though there's not as much as benefits as I thought there was into it. There's also not that much harm if you do it right. Um, the harm from Islamic Ramadan is not the fact that you're not eating for a while. It's that you're also not drinking enough water. Like, it would be fine. It's really not harmful at all if you get to drink water. Not drinking water is really, really bad. So the main thing you need to worry about is the two main things that you need to worry about is making sure you drink so much water. And like, I don't know if it's safe or if it's like, if you do manage to sneak in some kind of a time to eat something or drink something, make sure you get the water in, right? Make sure like before sunrise you do drink a lot of water, given that you're not going to be drinking for half a day. And the first thing you do once the sun sets is to also drink water. Okay. And yes, given that your first meal is going to be in the morning, I suggest doing your exercise right after, so your muscles, because if you do your exercise in the afternoon, then your body has gone through not having any glycogen in your muscles for a very long time. It's not going to be very efficient. So maybe do your exercise right after you have that giant meal in the morning. Make sure the meal is a giant meal, but make sure, just because you're not eating, you don't use it as an excuse to eat unhealthy food in the morning, because that's like, just make like, so you can go. Oh, here's one thing I think. By the way, let me actually be clear. Disclaimer: I'm not a health expert. These are what I think based on the research I've done. It could be all completely wrong. Um, yeah, but if you do so don't listen to me, this is just my opinion. Okay, if you take protein powder, I suggest maybe taking collagen instead of whey, because you're going to go throughout the day now without protein for a whole while. So make sure you take slow absorbing protein in the morning, so that you have some protein intake throughout the day. Susanna, you want to say something?
Oh, I was just looking up because I remember, like, maybe on the Faithless Hijabi website you can find some tips, but I remember seeing a lot of really good tips from people like Mimsy Vids and
Mm.
shoot, I can't remember her name on Twitter, but she's a Somali ex-Muslim.
Ooh.
And so I was looking up on ex-Muslim Reddit, and there were some good tips. So there was one person saying before, like in the weeks before Ramadan, start keeping like half-filled water bottles in your room. So it's like normal that there would just randomly be a bunch of half-filled water bottles in your room,
Ooh.
so then you can drink that water, but it won't seem weird that there's just all this water around you. You know, it's like it's normalized as part of your environment.
Mm.
Um, a lot of people are saying to keep protein bars in your pockets, um, or your purse if you have one like me. um,
I have actually a very important tip. Okay,
mhm.
so a lot of people gain weight during Ramadan because they overeat before and after their fasting. When you're breaking your fast, you might be so hungry that you might binge eat. Okay, so one thing I suggest is to, before you start eating food, when you're breaking your fast, drink like a whole liter of water or something, so that your stomach stretches, so that you don't feel like overeating. And then with the first thing you start eating, don't go with the thing that you want to grab the most right now. Maybe like after drinking a lot of water, eat a bowl of salad or something. So then go with the other food that you want to eat, right? So you don't do breaking your fast doesn't become an excuse for overeating, right? And also remember that your brain takes a couple of minutes sometimes a long time before it realizes that it's full. So maybe like take a break from eating and then give your brain a lot of time, like, oh, actually there's food in my body, I'm not very hungry anymore, and then maybe eat after that a little bit more. Because if you eat while like not having ate for a whole day, half a day, then you might overeat. Okay, so go on, Susanna.
Well, the thing is, though, you want to make sure that if you are eating food, sneaking food, keep those wrappers and dispose of them when you're outside the house. Which may be more difficult during COVID. I don't know what your restrictions are like where you are. But then you also have to consider seeming like you're really hungry and thirsty when it does come time for iftar. So maybe right then when iftar comes, you could like Armin would say, make sure you drink a lot of water first. So you could like take that first glass and like drink it really fast. Like, oh, I'm so thirsty, blah blah blah.
Can I actually tell you? Okay, sorry, finish that.
Oh, and then if you eat more slowly in comparison to everyone else because you've been eating throughout the day, and they're like, why are you eating slowly? That might not happen, but if you do, you could be like, oh, well, I'm trying not to, I gained weight last Ramadan. I don't want to gain weight this time, so I'm trying to like not eat as much after iftar.
So my uncle has a huge beard, and in Iran,
was your uncle? I thought this. I love this story.
No, so in Iran, you could get in trouble legally for, if you're eating outside in public in Ramadan, you could get arrested for that, right? But he's like very addicted to coffee, so he can't like not drink coffee outside. So when he was driving, he had this like straw going through his beard to his mouth, and he was like drinking. So he drinks it without people noticing because his beard is hiding him. Oh, another Ramadan.
Humans are so creative. Yeah. Necessity is the mother of invention.
I have my own story. Is that in Ramadan, in Tehran University, we used to try to find a place to sneak food and eat food, and that the good thing is that when I figure out where that corner is, that's where everybody that wants to eat during Ramadan, that's where we all go and hide. Like it was a secret spot that we would try to go find food and not get caught.
The Harami corner.
Yeah,
and that was corner.
The Harami. That's great. Actually, I like that name for it. But the good thing about that is that was the perfect place for picking up girls, because
back to that.
Yeah, because this is like, that these are the more liberal girls that are more like anti-religious, like rebellious girls that are like risking bringing food to the university, and that it was so much easier to pick up someone from there. So it was a perfect spot for picking up people. Anyways,
it always comes back to that.
And also subscribe to our newsletter, because if we get removed from all these platforms, at least we could reach out to you. And guys, by the way, if you subscribe to our newsletter, you get a free copy. Where's your copy, Susanna? Get it. We're doing promotion. You get a free. It's not even promotion. It's free. Okay, so if you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description, you get a free copy of Why There's No God. Come on, like I'm handing it out for free. Okay, it's a bestseller on Amazon, and you get it for free. So subscribe to our newsletter, and you get a free copy of Why There's No God sent to you. Link in the description.